Welcome. In this session, I'm going to take you through the setup steps that are required for Program Office before you begin using the application. At this point, I'm assuming that you have successfully installed the CMTD Lightning component and you've installed Program Office itself. From here, we can go in and begin the preliminary setup of these initial settings. First off, you need to create a role called the Program Manager. And it can go anywhere in your role hierarchy. And all you have to do is add a role called Program Manager. And the role name is PGM_partner. That's important. And again, this can be anywhere in your role hierarchy. And then you want to assign that role to your actual program managers that are part of your PMO. And you want to always have at least one user with this role assignment. It's important for chatter notifications that are automatically sent to the PMO when you escalate RAID items and a couple of other things. All right, next is the permission set. And there's one permission set called Program Office that grants all of the different permissions that you'll need. The sharing model is up to you to decide what is best for your organization. Right now it's wide open. Anybody with access to the org can access the information. It's all public read, but you can limit that by assigning this permission set to specific users, and you can introduce additional layers of restriction to specific programs, whatever you want to do based upon how you configure that sharing model and sharing rules. Okay, when the permission set is set up, the object settings and the assigned apps are already taken care of for you, as are the Apex class access, but you want to double check and make sure that you have access to these 4 CMTD Apex classes. Make sure that that's assigned properly to the permission set. And then the system permissions are listed in the instructions that the documentation, but you want to go through and edit that and check all the boxes that are listed in the documentation for this permission set, and then save those. This gives the basic access to reporting, dashboards, list views, flow, things that you'll need as a user of the application. So remember to set that up. And then you can create an additional profile. If this is a brand new org and it's one that's being used exclusively for Program Office, you might not have a profile. I recommend going in and cloning the minimum access Salesforce and using that as the basis for creating a Program Office clone profile. Or if you have existing profiles, existing users, they can keep those profiles, and all you need to do is assign them the Program Office permission set. Okay, the next thing that we need to do is make sure that Path is activated. If you're working in an existing org, I'm sure this is already turned on, but just to be sure, you want to go to Path settings, and none of this will display. If it's not, you'll see a big green button that says Enable. You want to click that, and that will enable Path for your org. Lastly, we want to go to Object Manager and activate a handful of Lightning pages. So the first one is in the Outcome object, and if we scroll down to Outcome, select it, and then the Lightning record page, we want to activate the Acceptance Lightning page. and we go to the activation button, which will display here in a moment. And activate this as appropriate for your profiles and permission sets. All right, so now we'll go to activation. Go to the record type profiles, and we're going to assign this to Program Office, the acceptance record type, and then we will pick, in this case, I've already created a Program Office profile. You certainly want to do that for your system administrator as well, and then any others that are relevant and used in your org. And hit next. These are the assignments, and we save. And I save again just for good measure. And that has activated this Lightning page for the outcome object. There are two other pages that you need to activate for the RAID log and roster. That's listed in the documentation. You want to do that in the same way. And then lastly, if we go to the field definitions for outcome, there's a few pick lists that are in the documentation that you want to modify to your specific org and business. And let me take the example of the, let's see, the capability is one area that you want to look at. Right now, it just says sample 1 through 10. These would be the L1 capabilities that are part of your project or program that you want to, on your roadmap that you'll be implementing. If this is not relevant, you can also take it off the page layout. If we go to a different object, let's say we go to the roster object. Here we have a couple of more pick lists that are right now set up with just generic values, and you can modify those to yours. So we have, for instance, company. And instead of customer, vendor A, vendor B, I've changed this to be Acme Incorporated. That's the customer. Say you're using Salesforce as your system integrator, and you're using ABC Consulting for change management. You want to modify those pick list values so that you can set them appropriately for for you as a company and your partners who are helping you implement. And that's the similar theme with the other fields that are listed here. Once you've got that set up, you're ready to get going, and that's all there is to it.